But most importantly, we need to get rid of corruption. Yeah. Corruption and development are not bedfellows. Yeah. And what are we going to do to get rid of corruption? First of all, we in our GDP need to reduce our spending. We need to cut our services from 23 cabinet members to 13. Only 13 will be sufficient, and no deputy ministers. And also, we need to take out all these incentives of S&T, housing benefits, etc. We will give our ministers a decent salary. You buy your car, you pay for your house, you travel. But when you travel, you'll travel from a government pool of cars. Yeah. You buy your own car and you don't have a deputy minister. We will consolidate everything else to make sure that government spending is down. If you look at the money that we spend per minister per year, it's approximately something like 12 million when you take everything into consideration, including cars and everything else, up to what mileage they can drive in. It's approximately 12 million. Now, that money, if we can just give you one salary, you buy your own car. If you can't drive, sponsor a driver. And if you don't know, take a taxi. Yeah. I used to live in the UK and I was traveling with the Minister of Home Affairs in the UK, David Blunkett, on the same train from London to Sheffield, where his constituency was. The other thing that we need to do as well is this, that we need to change parliament so that members of parliament will be constituency members of parliament, so that you are elected in the constituency. If you are not working well, then the public can say, we'll let somebody else. And because there is a right to be elected in the constituency, independent candidate can also stand in the constituency. The same will need to go into local government as well, where we'll carve up Windhoek, for example, into 20 wards to make sure that these people making decisions about everyday's lives in Namibia are accountable to the electorate. At the moment, they are accountable to a political party because they come through a political party list. The same with the ones in parliament as well. And then we'll do away with regional councils. Yeah. And that means that a member of parliament will be accountable to a constituency. We have to reduce the constituencies because we've got 121 constituencies and only 104 members of parliament. So Windhoek, which has got 10 constituencies, can be carved up in about 4 or 5. Luanda, that has got a bigger population than we are, we've got only 5 members of parliament from Luanda. Yeah. So we can do the same thing in Windhoek as well. We can put Walvis Bay in one constituency, Swakopmund, Hentis Bay and Arandis becomes one constituency, because if you think about the distance between Ses, Berseba and Betania as the Berseba constituency, it's the same distances that you've got 60 kilos from Hentis Bay to Swakopmund and 50 from Arandis to Swakopmund. That can be managed by one member of parliament who, during session, you are in parliament, and after session, you go to your constituency and you use that constituency office to be directly in contact with the people. The people will come to you and present their problem. Yeah. And by doing that, reducing the government, we will then be able to cut down on spending as well, which means that after 2024, electing members of parliament will gradually extract those members of parliament and change the law, amend the laws. We need to amend the constitution, amend the electoral act, amend the local and regional act, amend the traditional authorities act, and make sure that we amend the Procurement Act as well, to make sure this thing of creating incentives for corruption is not going to be there either. To make them sure that a member of parliament, if they are not doing well, that electorate to whom they are accountable to will be able to get rid of them and get even somebody who doesn't belong to a political party.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.